The Cosmic Creation expansion is finally here, bringing us many new cards including 3 new champions, Viktor, Zoe and Riven. Like many of you, I personally can't wait to get stuck into the new expansion and see what impact it has on the meta. At the moment it's too early to predict what the best cards or decks will be and what the meta will look like, so Brom and I put this video together to have a look at 3 potential decks that we think could be good and features each of the new 3 champions. Our usual top 10 decks and best meta decks will follow shortly after. This is Best New Decks Cosmic Creations. Please remember to like and subscribe and turn on the bell notifications too, so let's dive in. This video has been done in collaboration with BomberTV. Viktor Heimerdinger Go Hard Mill is a new control deck featuring cards from Piltover and Zorn and the Shadow Isles. It's a very spell heavy deck featuring 30 spell cards and actually only 2 followers, which are 2 copies of Chief Mechanic Zoe. The 2 champions in the deck are both from Piltover and Zorn, Viktor and Heimerdinger, and it features the new landmark Hexcore Foundry. The deck is fairly expensive, featuring 8 exotics. The deck name is a mouthful, to put it simply, because there's so many interesting things going on in this deck. We run a lot of spells to flood the board with turrets created by Heimerdinger. The turrets make Viktor level up pretty easily, as there will simply be lots of created cards. When Viktor is leveled up, he will discount lots of created cards in your hand, like Go Hard, and all the cards copied by Zoe due to his leveled up effect, which discounts one from created cards cost. So very simply, a created card is a card that was not originally in your starting deck of 40. Copying cards with Zoe is especially useful in Go Hard, so that you can easily cast Pack Your Bags a lot of times. Pack Your Bags deals 5 to all your opponent's cards and nexus, so extremely powerful and can even win you the game in some situations. If everything goes wrong, just continue to clear the board with all your control tools such as Ruination and Vengeance, and just win with the mill strategy. So what do I mean by the mill strategy? So this involves the new landmark Hexcore Foundry that makes both you and your opponent draw double the amount of cards, thus decreasing the amount of turns it needs to be decked out, so have no cards, and obviously if you have no cards you lose. You're immune to being decked out or milled out, as you have ways to infinitely generate cards in your deck thanks to Go Hard, and will just have more cards than your opponent thanks to MK1 Ray. So this is a really fun deck to play and can be refined for sure, but BomberTV has lots of hopes for this archetype. This is Zoe Feel the Rush and features cards from Freljord and Targon. The 2 champions in this deck are Trundle and, as the name hints, Zoe, the new Targon champion. It's a mid-range control-y deck, which with most of the cards having a cost that ramp to a strong mid-game, so not very typical I guess for a control deck. It's a medium priced deck with 3 exotics, and all cards cost less than 5 mana with the exception of the 3 Feel the Rush cards. It's kind of strange to see Zoe and Trundle and Feel the Rush all together, but the thing is that if you cast Feel the Rush, you're going to get yourself a 10/10 elusive Zoe, which is going to be pretty hard to deal with. Feel the Rush summons 2 random champions from your deck or hand and adjusts their stats to 10/10 in case you're wondering. Trundle is simply in this deck as a strong control card to help you reach that late game when you can activate this card. The rest of the deck is a standard control ramp deck, so you have lots of ways to wipe the board with cards like Avalanche, and to ramp with cards like Catalyst of the Ions. You also have lots of cheap early game units to counter aggressive strategies, which are going to obviously dominate the meta in these early games, like it always is basically when a new patch appears. So cards like Slurry Soldier and Slurry Shield Bearer are 2 examples of strong early game cards that will be able to help you here. Overall, Zoe is the clunkiest of the 3 new champions, very hard to level up and to make her work, but a 1/1 mana elusive card's always going to be good in any deck. She levels up when you play 10 cards with different names, so if you do manage to level up, for the rest of the game you'll be able to spit health, the ability to summon an ally, and basically when you summon this ally it would grant all its keywords to all allies. So on Nexus Strike additionally you can create a Behold the Infinite that costs 0 in the hand. So this card simply allows you to invoke a card of any cost. So some nice synergy here, and you're going to be generating a lot of powerful celestial cards if you do manage to level her up. Out of the Way Riven Taric features Taric from the Targon region, and as the name suggests, the new Noxus champion Riven. It's a traditional aggro deck with 22 cards costing 2 or less. It's actually quite expensive with a total of 9 exotic cards. The deck includes the Out of This Way KDI card, which means all allied cards permanently keep their buffs after the spell's cast. The deck idea is very simple, and it's to take advantage of all the great buffs from the Blade Fragment, which are unfortunately only temporary buffs, and the Out of This Way card will make them permanent. On top of that, Taric will have an easy way of leveling up, as the Blade Fragments are similar to gems in the nature that they count as targeting cards, meaning you'll hit his 7 target level up requirement very quickly. Taric copying a weapon hill makes him cast it again and therefore double reforge, which makes Riven level up faster as well. You can double the reforging just like that, which basically can almost lead to a win condition. Once the Blade of the Exile has been reforged, you can double it, cast it on both Taric and Riven, making it a very deadly combo. Your opponent will not believe how quickly you can reforge the blade and win just like that. So overall, these two champions complement each other very well, and I feel we should keep an eye on his archetype, as I feel this could appear in the meta in the patches to come. And there we go guys, hopefully this has given you a good idea of some of the decks that we could see potentially pop up this patch. I was originally going to wait till the meta settled, but I was too excited with all the new cards, so I felt I had to create this video. This analysis has been done by BomberTV, a Masters tier player who does gameplays at Masters tier level and deck guides like this one. The link to his YouTube and Twitch channel is in the pinned comment or in the card above. Who is your favourite new champion? I would love to hear in the comments. Up next is Top 10 Decks patch 1.16, taking a look at the wide range of meta decks with good win rates in the current patch. You know what to do if you want to be the first to see these. Please remember to like and subscribe and turn on bell notifications too. See you next time guys.